But we begin tonight with developing news on the coronavirus pandemic here in Rhode Island. Today, Governor Gina Raimondo announcing a third person has died from COVID-19 here in the Ocean State. Tonight, we're learning that person was a man in his 30s. We've also learned that 6 people have tested positive at the Oak Hill Center for Rehabilitation and Nursing in Pawtucket. All of them are in isolation. It's just one of 3 nursing homes in the state with positive cases, according to the Department of Health. Now, across Rhode Island, the number of coronavirus cases jumped by 55 today to 294. 35 of them are hospitalized. In Massachusetts, there are now nearly 5,000 cases and 48 deaths. Nationwide, Johns Hopkins reports more than 137,000 cases and 2,400 deaths. Here at home, Governor Raimondo once again announcing restrictions that will impact child care centers and out-of-state travelers. Eyewitness News reporter Anita Buffoni is tracking today's developments and begins our team coverage with what you need to know. Anita?
Well, today, Governor Gina Raimondo announced one of the state's highest jumps in coronavirus cases. Now, she says these numbers are not surprising. It's going to get worse before it gets better.
How much worse depends on you.
Governor Gina Raimondo telling Rhode Islanders not to panic, but says Sunday's spike in cases is another reason to follow her social distancing guidelines.
Tomorrow, there'll probably be an even bigger spike.
In response, Raimondo is suspending child care center licenses until April 4th.
After that, we're going to evaluate week by week, because I am very aware that there are a lot of people who have to go to work, first responders, healthcare workers, some of us, and child care is essential.
This does impact child care providers who have been contracted to provide emergency care for healthcare workers' children by delaying their start date by 1 week. Additionally, Rhode Island State Police now say all cars with out-of-state plates crossing the southern border will be directed to stop at 4 information centers to be given instructions by the National Guard. Colonel James Manny with the state police say drivers who are just passing through will be sent on their way. This replaces a previous order aimed at people arriving from New York only. Now all out-of-state travelers will be required to quarantine when they come to Rhode Island.
The procedure we have in place does not violate anyone's constitutional rights.
Turning to health insurance, Raimondo announcing Sunday Rhode Islanders who receive Medicaid can keep their coverage for the duration of the coronavirus crisis.
The last thing you need to worry about right now is whether you're going to get kicked off of your health insurance through this crisis.
A confirmed case of coronavirus at the ACI prompted new action, so staff and inmates at the prison are kept safe during this pandemic.
We've gone back and looked at people who are close to release to see if there is past good time that can be restored to accelerate their release. And we've waived the bail fee so that people who are being held on relatively small amounts of bail, there's an additional fee to pay bail, and that fee has been waived.
As for services at the DMV, Raimondo said expiration dates for things like registrations, licenses, and inspections would be extended for 90 days if they were set to expire in March or April.